My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Slay the Spire. I don't think the daily climb looks particularly interesting today with the modifiers Diverse, start with 2 cards from another class. Insanity, start with a random deck of 50 cards, and Binary, card rewards only contain 2 cards. Because start with 2 cards from another class, but it's in a deck of 52 cards, how often are you going to see them? You can't really plan your strategy significantly around that. So instead, I am going to be playing on Ascension 1. Let's go silent. Oh, I'm not supposed to go silent. Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry, my bad. Let's get rid of this strike. Maybe a defense, actually. Hang on, let's look it up. I can't look at my map. All right, I'm gonna get rid of defense. Just hoping that I've got enough elite. Ooh, I've got a 4 elite path with 2 rests. And even an early shop if I want it. Alright. We're almost certainly going to be going for that one. Yeah, we're going to be going for that one. So, in getting rid of that defend, I've, on the balance of things, made my deck more aggressive. Which was so that I could more easily confront and combat the elites on this floor. But it's still going to be really important that I pick up some sort of heavy aggressive card or some sort of heavy defensive card before I really take them on. Strength is a pretty good one. Terror is also really, really good, especially for the single target, non-artifacted elites. Usually I would go with the Relic here, but I do want to thin out my deck as heavily as I can, so I'm becoming much more wary of picking up curses in my deck, because even if I can immediately remove the curse, I could have removed a strike, or I could have removed a defend, and I could have had a thinner deck if I just didn't incur that curse. So instead I'm going to go with the upgrade here, and upgrade Neutralize. Thankfully we don't get injured there. Neutralize is going to be our first upgrade. Our second upgrade is almost certainly going to be Terror. Something pretty severe would have to happen to change that plan. Beautiful. Ooh. Single copy of Well-Laid Plans is not bad. I'll take it. If we could make this a grand finale deck, I would be all about that life. I'm just not certain if I can. Oh, yikes. I'm taking at least 4 damage this turn, right? 3 strikes doesn't kill either of them. We've got 19... Because I can't do 12 damage in a single hit, so I'm going to trigger the curl up, which means the front line has 19 and the back line has 21. 3 strikes is 18 damage. So my best play here is double defend... And then I strike the louse in front, because the louse in front will now just die to a single strike. Wow! Game! Cool it! Yike-a-roonies! Right. Should be fine here, because that goes down to 5. And then I can block, keep the strike. Right, good. 2 strikes next turn kills. Or even a neutralized strike. Dagger Spray, get myself a little bit of AoE in this deck. Doesn't have any yet. Kind of unfortunate to see Panache here, because I really would have liked to take that. I also really would have liked to take Lantern. I guess instead, I'll be going with a card removal. And now we'll go with a strike. So we've removed 1 strike and 1 defend. Just keeping a little bit of track of those. Now, I'm going to upgrade the Dagger Spray, because upgrading Terror is pretty good against the Lagavulin and the Gremlin Knob, but upgrading that Dagger Spray is going to be damn near essential against the Sentries. See, even here, it's fine if I don't have the upgraded version of Terror, because the energy that it costs to play it is kind of just there. Ooh, I'm going to have Neutralize next turn, so I should actually start attacking you this turn. Because that means that next turn, I'll have my Neutralize, which is going to weaken you, and then it'll weaken you for the turn after. So I actually have maximum uptime on that weakness. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to fully defend myself this turn, which means I'm not going to flawless this boss, which means I may as well not try. I think I'm going to need to just do all-out damage every turn to try and get him down in time. Okay, maybe I could have used a defend 2 turns ago, so I would have saved myself 5 HP there. But hindsight is 2020. Anchor, start each combat with 10 block, pretty good pickup. Burst is almost always good. It's just unfortunate that I don't really have anything to use with it right now. Blade Dance is really powerful as well, though. I'll take the burst. And I will upgrade the burst as soon as possible, especially because I have the well-laid plans. I can hold on to the burst until I have a turn where I really want to play it. Snecko Skull, whenever you apply poison, apply 1 additional poison. Since we have the burst, and now we have Snecko Skull, one of the largest pickups that we could possibly make is now going to be the Bouncing Flask, because the Bouncing Flask is apply 3 poison 3 times. The upgraded version is apply 3 poison 4 times. But since it applies poison multiple times, every single one of those applications is increased by 1 by the Snecko Skull. And then when you bounce it, you're doing that twice. It's so good at that rate. Ugh, this isn't good. I'm actually going to use the strength potion in this fight, because I feel like otherwise I am very likely to take a lot more damage than I can really stand. Yeah, this is what I was worried about. Getting hands that were entirely defensive, because I knew I hadn't drawn my defense yet, so I was going to get them soon. Yeah. Pantograph at the start of boss combats, heal 25 HP. That's just 25 HP per floor. It's pretty good. Noxious Fumes is also really good with the Snecko Skull. 1000 Cuts, we don't really play that many cards a turn. When we burst 2 skills, we'll play a lot of cards a turn, but still, it's got to be the Noxious Fumes there. I'm going to be digging on this. In fact, I'll probably try and summon the enemy and then fight them. No, I've got 2 elites on the next path. You know what? I'm just going to leave with my tough bandages. Whenever you discard a card during your turn, gain 3 block. Burst Terror, you are now vulnerable for 198 turns. Don't you dare try to do anything. Beautiful. And now I'll hold the Dagger Spray. You get poisoned at the start of this turn, which means I can open with as much aggression as possible. I probably actually want to save the Neutralize for my next hand here. Again, just so that the enemy is weakened for the 2 turns that it's actually attacking, rather than being weakened for a turn where it's not attacking. Retain the burst, but it's unlikely I end up using it. I need better skills in the deck before I can really capitalize on it much. Like here, I could just burst double... Actually, I'll probably burst double defend. No, take 3 damage to deal 9 is probably correct here, actually. Beautiful. Alright, I didn't need to take that 3 damage, it turns out. Gremlin Horn. Whenever an enemy dies, gain energy and draw 1 card. Pretty good pickup. Cloak and Dagger is also really good just as a combo with Burst, as well as it's a defensive card, so it's going to keep us alive while Noxious Fumes triggers, and it gives me attack cards, so it really works well with the Terror. It's not part of like a core synergy or a strategy. It's not a win condition in itself, and it doesn't really play into a win condition, but it's just a really solid value card for us. We are going to need to start turning down more cards, though. Alright, my microphone didn't mute correctly there, so... no, I just sniffled. That's not good. Alright. My apologies to all ears everywhere. Kill him. Take my money back as well. Probably not worth picking up any of these. The closest would be the backflip. But without any extra energy, I think I'm mostly playing everything each turn that I want. This is the fight I was worried about the entire time, but at the very least, I've got the perfect opening hand for trying to deal with it. So they're all going to lose their artifacting this turn. I'm fully defended, and I've already got my dagger spray off. Unfortunately, I don't have any defense this turn. So this goes to 6, 6, and 9. So I'm actually still going to be short on even killing this sentry. Yikes. That said, at the very least, that sentry is weakened, so it's going to do less damage, and it's going to die next turn as a result of the noxious fumes. Yes, fully targeting the backline is fine there. I'm keeping the burst. This is what I thought was going to happen for a very long period of time. Keep the burst, not really get any bonus from it. And that's okay. Ornamental Fan, whenever you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 4 block. That's just another way for us to gain block. We've got Discard. We've got playing 3 attacks in a single turn. So now, especially because we have burst, Cloak and Daggers and Blade Dancers are quite nice. We've got a regen potion. I only have 1 Shiv in the deck right now, so I can't really accuracy. There's a lot of stuff I really need to upgrade here, but I'm probably gonna... No, I've got Pantograph. Okay, I'm fine. I don't need to heal before the boss. Terror, Noxious Fumes, and Cloak and Dagger all need to be upgraded. Cloak and... Noxious Fumes probably first, so it's 4 poison a turn. Thanks to this Neko Skull. That's a pretty garbage opening turn for us. Also, extremely not what I wanted to do. I wanted to hold the burst, but I accidentally clicked it instead of the well-laid plans. Yay. Yeah, here I would have burst the Cloak and Dagger. I still wouldn't fully defended myself, but I would have been in a better position. Okay, keep the strike, take no damage this turn, but I am going to lose my draw. If I use the strike, you're going to split this turn. I don't want you to split this turn. I want you to split next turn. Really? I couldn't get the dagger spray? At the very least, the dagger spray is going to be in my next hand, and that's going to be kind of handy. Beautiful. Get myself a ridiculous amount of defense. Immediately realize I don't need that much defense. It's the way of life. I will keep a defend, but literally we're just waiting. This is just the waiting room for dagger spray at this point. There it is. And we are done here. Hell yes. Probably a second regen potion over a dex potion, since we have the ability to get extra block from the Ornamental Fan and the top bandages at the moment, so our HP is more important. Again, I was talking about possibly making this a grand finale deck. I really want to do it though. Like, I don't need to. I definitely don't need to. Let that be known. But our opening hand is 7 cards, right? So we have a 7-card opening hand, and then if we don't draw anything past there, as long as we get our well-laid plans before or with our grand finale, we can guarantee that in the first 3 turns, we cast a grand finale. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. I'd really like the extra energy, but in a deck that's actually playing grand finale, I don't really need it. And I've also got the Gremlin Horn to offset the negatives. I really am going to need my money so that I can curate my deck a little more. So, like, if we were making this choice at the end of the second floor, I might take the Ectoplasm, but definitely not right now. I'm going to take the Lizard Tail just to keep me alive. Lizard Tail is when you would die, heals at 50% of your max HP, works once. So 3 elite path with a late shop. I quite like that. Unfortunately, I can't play any of my skills that turn. Otherwise, I would be hexed. A daze would go in my discard pile, and I wouldn't be able to play the grand finale this turn. Alright. We took 13 damage. We did get to play the grand finale. Ooh, no, why, Ryan? 18 cards is not good. I was never going to be able to play the grand finale in this fight anyway, thankfully. Well, I mean, not really thankfully, but it kind of covers for the mistake that I made. I need to remove a card from my deck. I need to be on a 17 if I can get there. First a Cloak and Dagger. And we're covered. Everyone's on the ground. New keyboard. I'd forgotten which is the mute, so the sniffle got through earlier, and I almost let a sneeze through there. Why have I got 5 here? Right! Oh my god, no! Gremlin Horn! Whenever an enemy dies, gain an energy and draw a card. So if I ever kill an enemy, then I'm gonna ruin my grand finale draws. I should have considered that. This can no longer be a grand finale deck. It's ruined! And now it's probably just time to get the grand finale out of my deck. As sad as that is. Ooh, escape plan. Doesn't have a problem with grand finale. It draws itself. It's fine. And it's a really good target for a burst. But so is Malaise. Malaise is a ridiculous target for a burst. And I can hold one of them in hand, waiting for the other. Alright, we'll try and somehow get ourselves to the right amount of cards. Yeah, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, I guess. Dang it. I'll hold the burst then. Okay. Let's burst the Terror, but only because it's also going to burst the Cloak and Dagger. That's what I was worried about, them doing a super aggressive turn. I mean, all in all, we managed to block quite well, considering. Still not excellently. Alright, let's just start getting rid of cards here. And unfortunately, because we killed there, Grand Finale's not playable. God damn it. I didn't even think. I looked at my deck and I was like, do I have any draw in this deck that's going to fuck up my Gremlin Horn? No. I don't. I forgot that relics also draw. Probably not another energy potion. Blade Dance would be the pick if it was upgraded. I'm still taking it. Because at this rate, now if I do get Kunai or Shuriken, then the game is over. I'm going to start a regen potion here, because that's a very non-defensive turn. Ouch. Extremely ouch. At least the backline's now dead. First the Blade Dance. Dagger Spray gets us another card as well. Beautiful. I figured we were going to be able to get the majority of our block from the Ornamental Fan there, which is why I was fine with going all out aggressive. Alright, fine. We did miss out on one trigger from the regen potion, so I've got to analyze at the start of each fight whether or not I'm going to need the regen potion, rather than wait. Alright, I'll put you on the floor, just so that you don't buff next turn and then hit me with a 13 or something like that. Not particularly enthused about how this is all going right now, but we'll be fine, we'll be fine. I've just got to work through the Chosen likely first. I'm going to keep Survivor because it's 11 block, courtesy of the Tough Bandages giving me 3 block whenever I discard a card. Alright, I'm almost completely defended against the bird. My next hand is likely to be pretty much unplayable. I'm gonna get that malaise on the backline target there. So I'm accepting 1 damage this turn, but if the Chosen's gonna try and turn around and do a big hit, it's gonna be heavily negated. Alright. We're good. This Gremlin Horn has been doing so much work, but unfortunately it's also screwed me over. Drop a poison potion for a fire potion because my sustain in fights is not that great right now. I kind of... like, I would love to smith here, but I have to rest. I'll start a regen potion right now as well. Beautiful. I'm gonna get a hell of a lot of block out of this, actually. Damn, we're actually fully defended as well. Color me surprised. Courtesy of the poison, the backline can be killed with a fire potion. Unfortunately, it's not going to be killed in my turn, which is rough, but it's just sometimes how it is. Wait, what? Never mind. I thought I had Noxious Fumes active. I do not. So in order to perfect the boss, I've instead had to use both of my potions, which is fine. This elite will regret the day it crossed me. Shouldn't have used the strike there. Now I've taken damage. Damn it. Damn it all to hell. Very late Noxious Fumes for us. Well, a defend is 5 block, but a strike is 4. Kind of difficult to turn down a number like that. Burst the Blade Dance and the Cloak and Dagger. I am just waiting to get to a shot. I have to remove that Grand Finale from my deck at some point as well. it's not really gonna do anything for me anymore. I completely messed up and misjudged my deck. Well, I didn't misjudge the deck, I misjudged my relics. As a whole, I misjudged the run. Ancient Tea set, whenever you enter a rest site, start the next combat with 2 extra energy. It's pretty good. We have a bunch of attacks, so Flechette's not really good for us right now. If I was removing more strikes, the Dagger Spray would stay in my deck. Get the Grand Finale out of there, and then I would be in a position to use Flechette, but I'm not currently. Upgrade Blade Dance and the Cloak and Dagger as soon as we can. So we're going to have an upgraded Cloak and Dagger and an upgraded Blade Dance and 2 copies of each. Blue Candle. Curse cards can now be played. Playing a curse will make you lose 1 HP and exhaust the card so that you don't have it in your deck. Oh. This is just evil. What I really should have done is thrown in a malaise. Like, bursted the malaise, and then the enemy would just never do any damage to me. But it's way more fun to do what I did. But yes, I definitely should have gone with the malaise play. Ooh, boy. Okay. Looks like we'll still perfect this regardless. Which is handy, because I probably don't deserve to. Bag of Preparation. At the start of combat, draw 2 additional cards. On top of the Ring of Snake, that's going to make our opening hand 9 cards large. Pretty good pickup. Another burst. Sure. So I've got 2 bursts, 2 Blade Dancers, 2 Cloak and Daggers. As soon as I've upgraded this other burst and the Cloak and Dagger, it's just going to be gravy, baby. Alright. I'm going to take Omamori because it's very likely that I use it to negate some curses on the next floor. I'm going to remove Grand Finale because it's literally not doing anything in this deck, and it's very unlikely that it does. Our defense is primarily going to come from playing a bunch of shivs and those shivs triggering the Ornamental Fan, so Footwork's probably not a great pickup for us. I think I actually pass here, even on Purity. Because unless Purity is in my opening hand, I'm going to find it really difficult to find it in a card with it in a hand rather with 3 cards that I want to exhaust, because I don't have a lot of draw in this deck. So it's not like I'm just always going to have Purity and a bunch of cards in my hand. And when you think about it, save for my opening hand, my hand size is 5, which means 1 of them needs to be Purity, 3 of them need to be cards that I want to burn, and then the final one needs to be something that actually deals with what's happening on the board, so it needs to keep me alive. That's just not likely. Okay, now we'll Smith. Second burst, then the Cloak and Dagger. Okay. We'll target you first. So now I want an accuracy in this deck, by the way. Now is when I would actually bother picking that up. Burst to defend, and then burst this malaise on the frontline target. And then I'm just not going to touch the frontline target. It's also the healthier target, so it's the one that I'm going to be leaving alive for the longest. So I'm going to take 1 damage this turn. That's fine. Burst the Blade Dance. All I've got to do that is make sure that I have 6 spaces in my hand after it, or before it, rather. No. None of that. Even the Prepared, which is going to give me 6 block from Tough Bandages. Even the Prepared? It's 6 block from tough bandages when I play it for 0 energy. It does lower the size of my hand by 1. So it's effectively a deflect plus that allows me to curate my hand a little better. Yeah, it's effectively a defect plus that allows me to curate my hand a little better sometimes. If I do have trash in my hand, it's going to be good for me. Okay, so 6x4 is 24. All right. Just trying to make sure that I can get the Gremlin Wizard down. Because if that gets protected, we were going to have some serious troubles. That shield gremlin is dead at the end of next turn as a result of this Noxious Fume, so I actually don't have to focus on them at all. And I'm not going to use my Cloak and Dagger this turn because it gets better when I have a burst in my hand, but on top of that, it also provides me defensiveness, and it gets us closer to another Ornamental Fan, so I was just waiting for a burst turn. We'll burst this as well. Also Malaise there, and then prepare. I actually don't need the Dagger Spray this turn. I could have retained it for another turn, but I think I want to retain the Cloak and Dagger. It's unfortunate all of those enemies died outside of my turn, but I'm going to have a very large hand size here. I will now hold Cloak and Dagger for next turn. Cloak and Dagger, rather, the Dagger Spray for next turn. Which means that I should play my Blade Dance this turn. If I neutralize a target that's already dying, I can draw another card. Probably not worth. Weaken you, and then I'll Survivor for a lot of block. I think we're still flawless right now. No, never mind. Rough damage to take there. Another double Blade Dance. Beautiful. Unfortunately, I couldn't have known that I was going to get so many Blade Dances and so many Cloaks and Daggers and another copy of Burst when I initially saw Accuracy. Now I would take an Accuracy, though. Envenom. Envenom is interesting because we have so many shivs that we can deliver a lot in Envenom, but also Snecko Skull means that Envenom actually applies 2 poison every single time we deal unblocked attack damage. So Envenom's actually really good for us right now. We will upgrade Envenom as well so that we can actually play it, because we do not have extra mana right now. Venom, Terror, time to start piling on some damage. I'm concerned that maybe my best maneuver here is actually just playing the Malaise Plus. It should be, actually. Ouch. As much as I want to play Dagger Spray, it's super important to burst that target there. So each of these now does 6 damage this turn, if we want to think about the extra poison that's being done by Envenom. So 6 by 6 is 36. I can almost kill a Torch Head. Alright. So 5 by 6 is 30. Let's just try and get as many of them down as possible. Not going to perfect the boss, but it's fine. Ooh, baby. Burst, Blade Dance. This poison's just going to get ridiculous quite quickly. Alright. Since I'm already blocking the frontliner's damage, I may as well just ignore them. Because they're dead next turn anyway. So I don't really need to interact. A single copy of Catalyst wouldn't go super awry in this deck, but it's also probably not necessary. Right, while Catalyst will allow us to triple or double the damage that we're doing from poison each turn, we could also just focus on the strategy that is allowing us to actually generate that poison initially and do likely just as well. Probably none of these. The closest would be the Alchemize. But I'm worried that if I pick up that Alchemize and see Sozu, I'm immediately going to have to pick Sozu anyway. Now, I do have a well-laid plans, and I could hold a bullet time in hand just so that I can play a large hand. But at the same rate, I'm not really having that much difficulty playing all of the things that I want. I'm going to pass. Unfortunately, can't take Velvet Choker. It's literally the only energy relic that I would not be able to take at this point. That's really unfortunate. The Specimen, whenever an enemy dies, transfer all poison it has to a random enemy. I mean, that's not going to be horrible. Sure. That's actually going to be quite good because I'm actually incentivized not to let enemies die to poison, to kill them myself. I'll stack poison on them, but then I kill the enemies so that I can get the Gremlin Horn activation, and then it passes its poison to something else. Yeah, there's a 3 elite path, and I'm greedy as hell. I should do my prepared first here. Just in case. And then the highest HP target should be the one who receives the malaise. Ugh. That was an extremely weak turn for burst, but I really did want to fully defend myself as well. Yikes. One down. And it's going to be passing its poison off. Ooh, Noxious Fumes is only going to make that stronger. Noxious will burst the Blade Dance. Oh, I was planning on using Survivor after that, but we're actually going to be fine. Beautiful. And there's the Dagger Spray. We are saved. Well, it looks like we're going through another turn of this. Oh! Damn it, I didn't know I had burst the prepared there, so I was actually trying to use my keep. Alright. We should neutralize, burst, Blade Dance. 1, 2. And then burst this Blade Dance. Hell yes! Finisher would be ridiculous in this deck. Would it? It would. Would it? My immediate response is yes. But I have a lot of cards that I really need to keep in my hand with the well-laid plans. Do I really want to keep a finisher just waiting for a turn where I, you know, like, on average, I can probably be assumed to play maybe 6 shivs in a turn. So then this becomes 36. Yeah, it's 36 damage. But it's not upgraded, but it is 36 damage. Well, see, the thing is, like, in this hand, I did that in the wrong order. I could have got 2 more damage if I played the Terra first. In this hand, I'm not going to use Burst. I want to retain Burst, which means I'm going to play Finisher for, like, 27 damage against the vulnerable target. I mean, I've got to stop thinking that I need to play literally every shiv for a burst to be good. For a finisher to be good. You don't need literally all of the damage. You just need enough. There's an upgraded accuracy. Life is good. Duplicate a card in my deck, duplicate the upgraded accuracy, or we could go for Envenom. All right, so this could go either way. Honestly, it could. I could even go for a Blade Dance, to be fair. Who's our boss this floor? I'm not going to be able to see, am I? Oh, I should have checked. Because if it is the Awakened one and I duplicated power, I'm going to be a sad dude. Okay, it's not. It is the Time Eater, and we are running a Shiv deck, so, you know, life is bad and I'm the saddest, but it's okay. There we go. Solid weakness application. Dang it! Also, Finisher is now just way worse than getting extra shivs in this deck. I would have taken a dash before this. Unfortunately, everything except for Neutralize is so much more core to my deck, so I'm going to remove the Neutralize. Alright, smithing. First things first, I'll eat your brains, then I'm gonna start rocking gold teeth and fangs, because that's what a motherfucking monster do. Hairdresser from Milan, that's a monster do. But also, I'm going to make sure that I smith my well-laid plans so that I can hold my correct cards for the right times. I really want to burst a Blade Dance here, but I actually think it's burst Malaise. Because with -10 and negative 10 strength and also 10 turns of weakness, it is going to be really difficult for the Nemesis to deal damage. A lot of this is courtesy of the fact that the Nemesis, other than doing the 40 hit, doesn't really have that much damage. I'm just doing this to apply weakness, by the way, the multi-hits here. Yeah, and your 40 hit is a 22, which we can actually, I think, counteract here. Nope, we can't counteract it. Even throwing the weakness potion, because my enemy is already weakened. Damn it! I would like some more draw in this deck. Spectacular. The enemy is dead. What I should have done there is hold on to a defend, because I knew the enemy was already going to be dead. Because I knew I had more poison than it had remaining HP, so I was just going to defend. Or a Calcum, if you end your turn without block, gain 6 block. If we end our turn without block, we haven't played enough attacks, because the Ornamental Fan, so not really that great. Riddle with Holes is interesting, because it's also 10 poison, courtesy of the Snecko Skull. But at the same rate, I'd much rather just play a bunch of shivs, especially because they do 10 more damage. I don't know if there's many positions where I draw Riddle with Holes where I want to play Riddle with Holes. Even though it's good, that doesn't mean it's better than what we already have. I'm not going to take it. I can see a case being made for taking it, by the way. It's just I'm not going to. Warpaint, upgrade 2 random skills. Terror and Survivor, not bad upgrades. Really not bad upgrades. Accuracy, burst a Cloak and Dagger. Burst the other Cloak and Dagger. which assumes Malay's the target I'm not killing this turn. All right, we've got a burn being put in our deck. One dead. Start the Terror here. Get another Blade Dance active. Yeah, one more attack. Does one more attack do it? Yeah, it does. Hell yeah. All right, we actually managed to perfect that one. That's usually the real hurdle that you run into. Singing Bowl. When adding cards to your deck, you may gain 2 max HP instead. I'll take none of those. If the Malaise was upgraded, there's a consideration for it, but definitely not when it isn't. Okay, hand size is 9, so play Burst and Cloak and Dagger, and I'm still not defended, unfortunately. See, the thing is, I really want to burst the Cloak and Dagger and the Blade Dance, but I don't really have the hand size to do that. Playing Dagger Spray regardless. Now I can burst the Cloak and Dagger. Alright. Yeah, I overdraw by 1 there, but it's fine. Woohoo! That finisher is going to be ridiculous. 60 damage. Don't mind if I do. Envenom, Cloak and Dagger, Blade Dance. I will Prepared. And then drop those 2 to give myself some block. I could get away from this perfectly if I just pass the turn. Okay. Nope. Max HP is super important as well. Lose all gold and gain a relic. Unfortunately, no shops left. I could have gone down this path. I would have had 1 fewer elites and I would have had a late shop. That's another path that I did consider. But I was really hoping one of the question marks on this path would be a shop. Instead, I'm taking Red Mask. At the start of each combat, apply 1 weakness to all enemies, which reduces their attack damage by 25%. Alright. In Venom, I'll Survivor or Defend out so that I can make sure... Beautiful. That I get every single Shiv, so that I can get all of the poison. I should have done the Malaises first, actually. I would have done more damage with my Shivs that way. I can't fully defend myself this turn, unfortunately. Even bursting the Cloak and Dagger. Oh no, bursting the Cloak and Dagger does it, of course. Yeah. Really unfortunate I don't get my other accuracy down, but I think we'll be fine. I've got a feeling. Ooh, that tonight's going to be a good night. Well, now we're going to take some damage. Yeah. Enemy's already weakened, so weakness potion does nothing here. It's dead draws like that where we don't get enough attacks. If we could remove more strikes from our deck, we would be in clean streak, but we can't right now. We needed more opportunities to remove cards from our deck. It's not like we're going to lose, but it would have been nice to have it. Okay, Vajra, hell yes. At the start of each combat, gain 1 strength. We're incentivized to play a lot of attacks courtesy of Envenom, so we've already got a deck that benefits from Vajra. I haven't got enough energy to really play an acrobatic successfully. This is a 3 energy deck. Like, I want to focus on that for a second because that is goddamn insane to me. This deck has 3 energy. And we're still kind of doing fine. I'm going to hold on to Accuracy and Burst. Because I know I've got 2 Blade Dances left in my deck. Okay, and then I'll burst this Survivor as well. Keep myself fully defended. 8? Yeah, we're fine. Burst the Cloak and Dagger. And then Finisher for a bunch more. Like, effectively, for me, Finisher is a way better version of... Did I take damage there? I shouldn't have. It looks like I did, though. Effectively, for me, Finisher is a way better version of Riddle with Holes. So if you were thinking about that Riddle with Holes pick before, then think about how significantly stronger and significantly cheaper, especially Riddle with Holes, Finisher is for us. Alright. Got a bunch of energy in our opening turn here. Shit. Damn it! I still have my burst active. Shiv deck! We'll weaken the enemy on this turn, down to 21 defense. Alright, I'll throw out both of my defensive cards here. I'll retain the strike. I've got to play 6 cards next turn. I don't even have 6 cards. That's really rough. I really should Envenom Burst Malaise next turn. So if I use double defend here, I'm actually screwing myself over. I get 6 block by not blocking there. I would have gotten 10 by blocking, but I also would have been 2 deeper in the triggers. Alright, I didn't even get Envenom. That's fine. Alright, we'll use the energy potion here. I'll get my Noxious Fumes out. I'll burst. This is annoying. I should throw out a strike and then double malaise. Just so that we trigger the 12 that turn. Alright. Venom. Cloak and Dagger out, and it's not a huge finisher, but it's still fine. I've already taken damage in this fight anyway, so I can go for another Shiv here. I'll retain the Shiv because it's free 15 damage. Now, next turn, the enemy is going to be trying to purge itself and heal back up. With this hand, we're not likely to be able to stop that. Never mind, we are. Beautiful. Hell yes! No regen for you! That's a Shiv deck killing the Time Eater. If you just watch the 12 card timer, if you watch it very specifically and make sure that you don't get caught out in a turn where you only get to play 1 card or 2 cards, oftentimes you're going to have to play a suboptimal turn. Like, for example, I got 6 block instead of 10 block one turn because I knew what my next hand vaguely was going to be, and I needed to plan around that. You just need to make sure that you think a turn ahead so that you don't get in a position where you're like, I get to play 1 card this turn, my enemy's hitting me for a huge amount, I've died. Alright. We did get 2 champion triggers. Speedster, victor in under 60 minutes. Yeah, I don't really think that's particularly speedy myself. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we will see you next time.